What's up? Hey, good, we're here. Awesome. Greetings, adventurers. Welcome to another Monday Maps with me, MADDRROB, here on Obsidian Brews. It's good to see you. And this is going to be special because this is our first part 2 of Monday Maps, where a couple weeks ago we started on the map you see before you. So for all of you jumping in, this is where we got to. I guess after we finish, you can go back and watch the first part if you didn't see it before. But feel free to stick around while we continue and get, hopefully, to the end. Before I start, gotta do my normal shout-outs and what's ups to all the folks. One, thank you out there for joining me. I appreciate you. Feel free, if you have any questions or comments or wonderful ideas, throw them in the chat. We will be taking some ideas from y'all, so if y'all have cool ideas for town names, or if you're good at making up names on the spot, think of them, and we're going to try to throw a couple of your suggestions in the map. Also, I've been doing stuff, but I was over this past weekend. I got the wonderful opportunity to hang out with Streampunks and be a part of the 312universe. The great homie Noir Enigma allowed me to grace his table with an incredible cast. It was so dope. They're awesome people. That was cool. As part of the Streampunks fundraiser that they had on Saturday. And they knocked it out of the park. They knocked out of the park on their fundraiser. The stream itself was incredible. The game was awesome. I suggest going over to their channel. I think it's Althaven, and watching the VODs. It was dope. Got to see some Marvel actions with your boy controller. I had power manipulation. You know, it's fun. It was fun. It was some cool stuff. Other than that, Obsidian Brews will be all over the place this summer. I know some of us will be at Gen Con, some of us will definitely be at Dragon Con, and other cons, hopefully BirdCon. We're going to try to be all over the place, so if you see us, come say hi. We're friendly, we don't bite. And I think the other important thing is Happy Pride, y'all. We see you. All of our family, friends, LGBTQIA+. We love you. We see you. We stand with you. And we're going to fight with you because y'all stories need to be told. And they can't act like y'all not out here and that we not out here. So we're going to make sure all y'all stories are told. Count on that. I think with that, that's most of the things I got. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. I love chatting with you guys. You guys are dope. If you just want to hang out and chill while we make some cool map stuffs, do that too. We appreciate you being here. And I think we're going to dive back in to our map making. So, where were we? We had gone from absolutely nothing to trying to create this map. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hopefully you guys can. That I sort of sketched out. Oh, maybe it was blurry. You saw it last time. But it sort of came out to this rough shape. We did a bunch of these black dots, as you can see. These are our terrain guides. Just that we can sort of, generally speaking, map out where we're going, where the borders and boundaries are going to be for certain things. Then we start filling in some of the water features, some of the terrain, so getting more of the rocky cliffs and the hills in there to actually show some of the more natural barriers in there. And then we started placing features. And as you can see, while we did go a very long way, I did put a whole bunch of stuff in groups. Because, you know, these groups are key. in this. We still have a good ways to go, and I think we're gonna stick with the eastern. We'll stick with this eastern continent, and then we're gonna hop over to the western. I have some ideas for both. We'll see how my mind works, and we'll just hop around. It'll be fun. But yes, I was thinking. So as we dive back in, we had just put a bunch of cities. So I sort of made a whole group just for the Eastern Nation cities, so you can sort of see where they where they are, where we'll put them. And let's hop into that group real fast. And let's start placing a couple other towns. Now, a lot of the in the fantasy world, the human towns are great. But they do have some other cool ones, like fortified cities, desert cities. They all just look really, really cool. And they all like help expand the lore of the world just a little bit. So what I wanted to do is sort of find a place that would be a really cool oasis bastion. And I was thinking over here on this side of the mountains. Now, it's interesting because I sort of made it a desert capital, mainly because I wanted to see something other than green, because we have a lot of green going on, and I wanted to have, maybe some more desert just to give it a little juxtaposition between your biomes. That's one of the things that makes some of your world maps more interesting. It's going, oh, that's big desert. Oh, that's a big forest. Oh, that's a very expansive plains, and then you can sort of figure out what your table's into. So let's see. Let's go for this real gritty, dusty yellow. And so what we're going to say is that coming off of the mountains down here, while there is, some grass, the majority of it is going to be this dusty sand. So let's see, let's just do this larger area for right now. And now, sort of get in there with the small. I can let sort of the outskirts of this land. A bit deserty. Hey, Dylan! What's up? What's up? We are just getting into the beginning and have decided to throw a new city over on this eastern continent with some desert. See, it's interesting. Now you've got what is a fully vibrant continent with something going on over here where you've just got a lack of green and desert. And you can sort of let this taper out if you want to. You can sort of switch up sands. Yeah. That sort of make that smaller. Let's make this like a 5. Yes, this is the minuscule stuff that gets fun. This is what gets the ratings. Just sort of getting these little bits and pieces. Anyway, we can sort of use the color of the terrain to sort of match. So now we have another sort of biome that we can go to. So somebody would travel from this city to this one as they've come, either through the mountains or not. And and they would trek across, but there's a lot of desert there. So you wind up with a little bit of a diversity. Now, you don't want to leave all of those people stranded, so you do want to give them some vegetation, some trees maybe to work with. And I think there's a bug flying around here. We'll see if I happen to encounter it. We can do shrink down some trees. Actually, what we're going to do is all of our cities, we're going to move up a layer. So that all of those cities are going to be up higher. So that right now it doesn't matter but so much. But as we start to put some other features around them, like these trees here, we can do sort of show that they're coming around. And yes, it looks a little bit, but you know, most of the time it's going to be out this far, so we only need it for. We only need these trees to sort of just show what's going on. And as always, I've just been using Control to do this. But you can do selects in the highlights or selects in the menu. Group, create group. Also created a new city. So, as I said before, when you create these things, you got to figure out what's stopping people from going from one place to another. And we sort of established the city, this first city. They would have traveled up to the woods or around the mountains just to see what's there. Down the river, out the river, back in towards the center. Now, I do think there'd probably be some sort of small town at the top of the mountain. Oh, we will be going as far down the river as we possibly can, because we're going to have to create a couple more of them. So this is, I think, right here at the base is sort of where a town would naturally present itself, right? Go to these nation cities, right? Because you sort of need somewhere to triangulate these places, and it would be somewhere. Let's put it right here. Not very large, just there and prominent, right at the midpoint of these three, right where they would sort of default from. As always, make sure you save. And the only other thing that, while my computer attempts to save this, hopefully doesn't take too long. Hey, okay, we're moving, we're moving. It's not. Well, we've done a good job just sort of showing a bunch of places. We do need some more water sources. Yes, I'm very glad this works. Because I'm thinking some more inlands, or inlets over here, maybe something there, and something sort of midland around here. So, we're going to go back to our tools. Go back to subtract. So we don't want to be too far. But what this will do, if I drop something, let's say right here. This gives another natural barrier. You know, this was just a trick, but there's a water source, shelter, so this city makes sense. There's a water source for this city, so this makes sense. And then we'll just green it out over here. But what we'll do with this, let's bring this back down to 1. Yeah, let's give it 2. Or round brush. Let's go back 2. And we're gonna just put it out there. Nice. Actually, we're gonna do both of those at 1. Okay. The 2 looks kind of large. Oop. Make them small. Turn this up to 5. Let's make some. Make some links. Woo! It's a little bit bigger than I wanted. That's okay. Thought this with trees. And you know what? Whatever's here, it's going to be something. We're going to make sure that is a point of interest. So how about we... what kind of biome should we do? Jungle? Yeah. No, we got some jungle over there. Some lots more swampland. Yeah. Why not? Let's go for some jungle over here. Actually. Yeah. So make sure turn this back up, drop that there, and then sort of fix the color a little bit. Okay. Yes. Now, it is a thing that when you use the Fantasy Regional HDs, they don't scale the same way that the Fantasy World HDs scale, or the Fantasy World tree scale. But they look better. Like, they tend to... Actually, you know what? Let's use these. Sometimes they tend to work, so we'll go for 50. We will lower the saturation a little bit, up the brightness. There we go. So for that, just go down to advanced settings, color, and then you could swap, change the hue, saturation, brightness, and contrast. It's a little bit easier. And we're going to go back to our friend of creating these dense, dense jungles areas. The placement multiple. You can set your area and density. I'm gonna set it to about 50. I am going to shrink this down to, let's say, yeah, 70 looks good. And we'll just drop a whole bunch of them in there. Oops, sorry, create group. And in this western jungle, what we can do is start selecting trees, whatever you want to highlight. So if things need to be moved out of the way, you just do that. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. A whole bunch of what we're going to do is reduce the density a lot. So let's say 20. That sounds good. Sort of this. Yeah, we'll do single placement. Sort of in the loose. So back out. Clearly something's there. And if you want, fun things to do, clear like a bunch of stuff and clearly put something there. You want to put ruins there, put some ruins. If you want to put a weird like construction, that's actually pretty cool. Let's search original. I'm gonna go for this type of ruins. See it? No. So what we're gonna do is make that bigger. And it's perfectly okay to just make something much bigger, you know, city size, just so that it stands out. If I need to move some trees, I have no problem doing that. With the high density, you give yourself a lot of room. So now you're giving yourself a clear path, clear spot, something that clearly marks on the map. There's something there. I think we may just wind up patching this back up. And all that do is change the ground color. This is going to be a little deeper. It's had a lot of water coming through it, so just make it a little greener. Cool. Save those changes. Make sure we're still looking good. I do not know what's going on with my saves today, but we'll get there. So, now I think I mentioned. Let's take a look at our map. See what we're. I think we need like some more trees, some more little places where water can exist. But I think I'm going to extend this little mountain range up this way. Make it sort of difficult terrain coming through. Fill this out. Throw another town down there, and I think we're good to go. At least for now. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go back to our mountains. Or we can throw some karsts in there. It's always interesting when you have some of these weird features where you're not quite sure what. I'll be here for a minute, so good luck getting the child down, but I'll be here, hanging with you all. So yeah, see you when you get back. Everyone else, glad to have you. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. We are putting together this world map. Very ambitious, I know, but we're trying. I've never been one for minor maps. So yeah. If you have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Love to hear from you. Love to give more tips if you need them. But let's see. I want to try. So we got the Green Mountains. Let's have we use some more of those. Use them in the hills. I know we use some on this continent, but just sort of having some of these hillier areas, you'd be surprised how dissuading they would be for people to move against. I'm going to put all of these are all going to stay on the 100 layer, and I'm going to throw some small trees on top of them just to... So yeah, I think that doesn't look too bad. And the only thing we would swap around, one of these. So you can get one of these. Mountains. That looked okay, but we want something a little better. Just bump the saturation 3580. Always have paper with you so you can take notes. So 13580. I think I'll do. Mountain, color transform, 5. Switch that to 80. Similar colors that. Boom. So now we've gotten something that truly makes it a little bit tricky to get from one side to another. A sort of full ridge here. I know I said I was going to do it this way, but this way works too. So these are the east southern mountains. So what I'm going to do is all of these, add 2 group. So now we've got this whole range here. These are on 100 layer. And we'll put some of these down to like 50. 25. Yeah. I'm gonna put a couple of these just like in places around. Oops. What we're going to do is set them to a higher level. So this layer here is now going to have these below, and then sort of a couple of trees. And do. Is, stuff like this one. You can bring it down so it's sort of being covered. It's a little bit better, but yeah, it's not that deep. Sort of looks hilly, but also has some character to it. And what I want to do Right now, they're not very bright, so I'm going to try to brighten them up a little bit. There we go. Look at them greener. Yeah. Just redo that. I went back so I can group them. Alright, so let's get a little bit. Now we're just sort of working with what we got, making a little bit of a couple extra move with our stuff. I think there just needs to be a city around here that would be getting its water from here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create 2 water sources. One here, so they have the sea, but they also have one up here. Another one here. Let's put some water over here. Another mountain stream sort of creates this. Oops. As always, save your work. Nothing worse than having to go back and redo 50 things, 50 small changes. And just because we've got, I'm going to add another cliff in here. Now it's going to be very minor. But it will be there, so sort of showing. Yeah, that one. And bring that down to 100 layer. I'm gonna do here. Leave that alone. Right there. So it appears. We take to the mountains, we may be able to bring them up a layer. And now you can sort of see them in the foreground. The sort of raised places form natural valleys for water to flow. You can sort of see the curvature which would make it slow down. As I said before, we have a lone tree. Oh, yeah. I was thinking there should be a city or town right here on the outskirts. But there just needs to be something like right in this middle area and right here on the end. So I think we're gonna put. What would be cool? Oh yes. Let's see if I remember how to do this. We can build some pretty cool things. We're gonna try to build. Let's see if I can build something real fast. Now you can sort of build your own little cities and representations, similar to what's here already. But if you want to look a certain way, you can always sort of use some of the pieces you have, like a tower and this little building here. And this building here. And we're going to color transform. Keep that. Let's keep that 0 for now. Keep that 0 for now. But the next building, number 4. Well, we just did number 4. One slightly bigger. That one we can. You can sort. There are a couple of colors that just work. The greens don't. The blue does. Yellow sorta. Yeah, yellow with the higher saturation. High brightness. That'll do it. And actually, what we're going to do is swap these around. So we're going to put this here. Make this 650. Yeah, let's make this 70. With that, you can sort of create your own pseudo city. At least a good representation of one. Looks are similar to some of the others. Now this one looks a little too big. But you know what? It's a point of interest, so we're gonna keep it. So we're gonna take all these 2, 3, 4. Okay. Keep it in this little nestled pocket. I think the only other thing, we'll extend some of these trees so we sort of kept this a little drier, a bit more barren. You know what? Let's make this let's continue the sandy area. All of the edge. And sort of cap it off with like a dock city. They have one. Let's put desert capitals. Let's Okay. Storage. We'll play with the Orcus villages on the other side. Okay, we'll go to the basics and then just take from there. One, or two. And with that, I think we are mostly good. So there's some couple of spots. You don't have to fill everything in with everything. That's not required. Nope. Yep, I did that wrong. That's fine. It happens. Yes, I got East and West mixed up. It happens. Yeah, as we save, yet again, thanks for hanging out with us today. Do keep your eye out on the socials. Obsidian Brews will be doing a couple things this month. Hopefully, we'll be throwing everything up shortly. But yeah, stay tuned. See us out here doing some more tabletop game playing. Definitely some more map streams. Check out all the folks out here, all the homies. If they're doing stuff, you know, I hype up all the homies. But they're dope. My squad is incredibly awesome. I can't thank them enough for being the people they are. And shout out to Ambe, the one behind the one in the chair, doing our production, making sure all this stuff goes properly. I know I wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, back to the thing. So yeah, I think that one looks pretty decent. And so let's turn the opacity down on all of the guides. See how that looks. Yeah, I probably use a couple more trees out there. Random trees and things. This probably needs some sort of feature. But I think it looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? You guys think it looks pretty good? Like, not bad? I know what would be interesting. We took this tree. Placement multiple. We just sort of extended this. Whoa. Always watch your angles. Let's sort of take this on a little bit longer. Single. gonna drop some more points of interest in here. Same with our ruins that we did before. I think it would be really interesting that there's just a random mage tower just there. Just, who knows why it's there? Nobody ever goes to check on that guy. Do we want to? Let's just search our towers first. He definitely could be a pawn mage. I think. Do we want Elven Tower or Desert Tower? Because the core towers are kind of. Let's take an Elven Tower. Something like this size. Well, it's going to be much smaller than that. Go to our color transformation. Let's change the color. So, okay, so where is it? Here? Whoa. Yeah, it's going to be just a mage tower. Okay. Honestly, that's exactly what it is. It's a lich practicing their acting skills. And we need like special terrain for that. Like it can't just be regular grasslands. I think it needs to like somewhat dark. Well, let's go to our regionals. What's up, Sphinx? How's it going, man? Let's try this. If we don't like it, we'll change it. You know what? Yeah, that'll do. Looks sort of like water, sort of just... Is it grass? Is it light? Who knows? And why is it just located right there? Nobody knows. But it gives, anybody who starts their campaign down in the south or treads east to go south, someplace to look at. And then you could sort of trek your way up. So you start in any of the major points and like Focals, this weird city. Probably a guard city of some sort. Trek up to your coastal towns. Are connecting our twin cities on the top and bottom of the mountainside to our villages. It's a little bigger. This city, we're going to turn that to a 70, 65. Yes, well. Oh yeah, I was gonna paint like some of these greener, like dark green trees around this one. But yeah, I think that's pretty good for over here. Now we've got some. It's got some character. So with that, I think we're good we're good over on this side for right now. Let's give the other one some love. Thanks for hanging with me tonight, y'all. I appreciate it. Hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. Hope you're all having chill evenings, relatively calm evenings. And at the very least, just enjoy some calm map creation today. Now, there was one other thing I was thinking, and that would be to group everything on this continent together. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to do just that. Honestly, like, see, I think liches are greatly underrated because you can always, like, being a lich is 9 times out of 10 a bad thing, but there's always that one guy who's like, I'm gonna do something fun with my lichdom. And having a lich that's just being, it was like a bard that decided, I'm gonna go full lich. I'll take these 10 levels of bard with my 20 levels of wizard and just go absolutely wild. Sounds incredible. Oh yeah, of course the kids attend free. Why would you charge the children? I think that grabs everything, right? With that, I'm going to create a new group. I think I called this the Eastern continent, even though it's west in my head. You know what? I'm just gonna call it West Continent. Yep. Yet again, I did it backwards. See, that's. I could see a lich that has just a full-on performance that with their sustaining their life force off of performance. Like, you couple that with a couple of, like witches and other magic users that just also utilize the essence, and it's just a bargaining chip for that whole place. So your life force becomes the money. It's like, oh, I have hundreds of golds. Like, I don't take golds. I take HP. That would be sick. That'd be such a cool, like, that'd be a great area to work in, or like a brilliant campaign to play in. I'd be 100% down for that. All right, so this is the other continent, and I was thinking, previously, like literally a couple days ago, and then I started messing around with it earlier today. Like, this massive lake that's here, it should be higher. Like, it's just like a lake on like a plateau, so pretty much the whole continent sort of steps down, but like right in the middle is this massive lake. So I'm going to create it's got some cliffs out here. Southern cliffs, mid cliffs. So what I'll do, I'll go in here. Sphinx, whenever you make that campaign for all of these for this lich, please let me know, because I would love to see how that turns out. I'm going to I'll start up here because we'll let it have some room to breathe. This all relatively, simple stuff. Just stuff we were similar to what we were doing before. Just sort of creating this natural barrier. Excuse me, natural barriers that you can sort of see where people are, how people move throughout the area. Yeah, that'd be cool. Sphinx, it seems like you have a really cool world that you're thinking of. So, similar to the way we're just building this out and just seeing what stories come from it, like, once you got those cool ideas, just write them down, and then literally one day just take a day and just sit there and stare at it, and think of what goes into that. So you have this entertainment palace where this lich lives. Who else lives there? What if somebody else lives there? What do they do? How do they help or hinder? Like, okay, lich, he lives in a tower, great. Or he has a carnival, or he has just a theater, cool. Who takes tickets? Who are the ushers? Who are, what's, and then from there you can sort of go, what's outside of that? And you can sort of build all these things. And now, one, you've created this cool world that you can play in, or that you can, let yourself play in. But then you've also create little bits and pieces that you could, from like a game you've played, say, oh, I could make the stage a battle map, or the ring a battle map, or I could make this make climbing the tower part of the an adventure, or I could make the lich himself a helpful NPC, and then from there you can sort of just and make, if he's the good guy, and who's the bad guy, and you can sort of slowly but surely weave them together, and then you have a story. And then grab some friends and just see what happens. Say, hey, this is the guy that's doing the thing. There's also a guy, these guys just telling stories and making, trying to be a cool lich, and trying not to be evil. Somebody's trying to corrupt them. And then see what your players do. Oh, you gotta write stuff down. Have books. I have multiple books. Some on distance, some not. This is one of them, one of my Tokidoki books that I use to take notes when I'm playing games. Oh, I do have one. Please nothing fall. Hey, we did it. Cool. I have one book from The Rook and the Raven. This is my DM book that for one of my campaigns. I think this one is for Thick and Thin. I use it sparingly because there's a whole lot of stuff, but Rook and the Raven has a ton of great things. Yeah, this is, I can keep all my players' stats and stuff, and it's great. Check out the Rook and the Raven. They make a lot of great stuff. But yeah, just write down stuff. Like, I take a lot of notes on my... Yo, Project Hoy, what's up? Speaking of Thick and Thin, the Great Quee. But yeah, Sphinx, I take a whole bunch of notes on my phone. Like, I'll literally just be sitting there and go, D&D idea. This type of encounter. It's like, whatever you can do, all the things. So just get it on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be the full idea. I don't expect anyone to just be able to just go, boom, here's an idea, here's a full campaign from it. But once you get it down, it's there. So every time you pass by it, you go, "Oh yeah, that was really cool. Oh, this would be fun." And then so something sparks an idea, and you can just add to it. And next thing you know, you have a whole one shot. And hey, by that time, let me know. I'm down to play. I will hop in. I will gladly hop in on that. And regardless, you have to let me know how it goes. All right, that's wild. That looks so cool. I feel like there should be like a city here that just like worships the lake. That seemed cool. That is true. Project Koi is also correct. If you have stuff, you can just roll with it, see what happens. When it comes to game prep, I do a lot of work just because that makes me feel comfortable. I always say do enough to make yourself comfortable. Don't overwork yourself because your players will just do whatever they want to do. But do enough to make yourself feel comfortable, and then enjoy it. Enjoy whatever be fans of your players and see what they come up with. See what they decide to do, and then see if you can take that and make it, let their weird decisions and their goofy things change your world for the better. Because all I'm doing is making a fun little sandbox for them to play with. Oh, yes. Okay. So here's another fun trick that is gonna sound. It may sound a little wild, but I think it's very, very helpful. Let me put this capital here. Yeah, these guys worship the lake. To build a solid world, like we're building this whole world map right now. So far, from all the stuff we've talked about, we know what happens here in this one city, a little bit of this city and that city, and what happened in this tower. So you take one town, take one city, if that's what you need, build that out, know what other things are happening, know where other things are, but that's it, because as long as you're in a city, things are going to happen in the cities until they leave. And then when they leave, you can start laying down tracks ahead of them, so you're always prepared, but they have no clue that you don't know. And then also use their backstories to fill out the world. So you can drop a world map in front of your players and go, where do you want to be from? Cool, what happened there? And they can tell you the history of this entire place, or at least a big, like some defining factor. And from there, you're able to take that and mold it into something else. So you can then use, somebody tells me, hey, I'm from this desert city. There they have blank, blank, blank. They have, the best casino in the land. Oh, okay, cool. So this is a gambling den. But it's, is it legit? Is it not? Cool. It's up to you to make up. But you can sort of just, you only knew about this city, but somebody is from the city nearby. Cool. What happened? Why'd you leave? And it's collaborative. You being a DM doesn't mean you are all doing all of this. Let your friends make up the stuff. Take all the load off of you. But yes, no problem. Glad I could help. I love talking about this stuff. It's fun for me. Thanks, Project Roy. I'm glad my mic sounded good. You can thank Ambe for making me sound good. And honestly, just building worlds is fun, man. Like you'll get some cool things when you're just sitting here going, oh, What goes on the map? Why is this here? And then from there, let your mind wander. Because I literally built some stuff and then went, oh, this would be cool if there was a massive cataclysm. Something happened here that split the continents apart. So now these two continents were once one, now they're two. Okay, what happened after that? Clearly, the two nations came of it. One city started there, one city started there, easiest ways out. Now from there, where'd they go? And that's how we built our first continent. And that's how we're going to build our second. Well, let's see. I had another idea. Okay, cool. So I sort of brought this around. Oh, yes. So something that becomes very cool that I sort of did before, but I need to do it again. Boom, waterfalls. So we're gonna do this 12. No, 5. We can do sort of match it up with this. Cool. And we can take the cliffs. Oop, need all of them. Just need this guy. Oh, so good. Do that. Exactly looking for. Let's see which one looks good. Yeah. I'm gonna delete that. Yeah, I'm gonna put in a collect. Yeah, we were right the first time. Up a layer. Just so it's definitely over. I'm gonna go into brightness. I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. Contrast, we're going to contrast. Yeah, we'll keep that at 0. Whoa, 100. Yes. This here sort of created a little waterfall. It's pretty cool. And then from there, we all know that once you create a waterfall, it doesn't just pool here, it sort of pools around itself and makes a little bit of a lake. So let's make a little bit of lake. So it'll come down. There's still a couple. Ooh, now the hard parts. And I can always just change the flow of the. There we go. The way to get rid of that, I'm gonna have to do it is just what you do is just just move these over. So it looks like it's falling over that creates this little pool. There we go. Cool. That would look pretty good. Also, I think it'd be very cool if the water from here sort of did similar out here and sort of created another little band. So what I'm going to do is bring this down to 1 or 2. All of my players want to be gods, and it's by the grace of gods that I let them. Now, so I'm going to put this at 1. Now, that said, I know Kui is canonically a god. Well, that wasn't his fault. Kui never dies, huh? Just remember that. Just remember that. I'm joking, y'all. I would not purposefully try to kill Kui. Now, if it's accidental, that's that is true. Kui has lived past 11 days, has been instrumental in many, many battles. Does have a cult. I'm always a fan of like when rivers sort of I think it's an alluvial flail where it's just starts to tendril out in various directions. Just because it's sort of one of those cool things that lakes just rivers tend to do, especially when there's like rocks and stuff in the way. It's just interesting. Make for some interesting little bits to the world. Yeah, that's fine. You sort of just know where interesting things will happen, especially down here. There's clearly going to be something that would normally happen that's not. Or something that is happening there. Something that doesn't normally happen that does. And you're... Yeah, see, like, one of the cool things about utilizing, like, rivers and other natural terrains, just putting them on the map is fun, but, like, you can, like, as Project Boy said, like, utilizing lore, so it's like they are. Yes, it makes sense that the water would just flow out, but it branches this way because the ground is cracked for a reason. or something's happening there. And now you're going, oh, okay, well, gotta go out to the fens, you know, and you're like, oh, well, there's a, like, go out to the fen over here, see what's happening. It's like, oh, this swamp looks weird. Oh, this is, why is the swamp breaking up? Why is the water getting deeper? You know, why is, you're losing coastline? This was, it used to be out to here, but now it's gone. That's when you just throw, you know, random stuff into the water. So, you know, sea monster, boom. You can just do that if you want. We don't need a sea monster just yet. But we do need. Actually, is there any more water that I need to know? Sculpt. I think that's good. Yeah, let's throw something. Want to throw something up here? Yeah, let's throw something up there. Throw a small. Yeah, something really humble like that. Hey. The worst thing is when you find Sea Serpent Lake and you're in the sky. Yeah, never thought about that, did you? New fear unlocked. Actually, I have an idea. Oops. I'm going to do somewhat of the opposite of what we did before. No, it's too big. Another tower. Why not? That'd be sick. Like just a random spawning of sea monsters. That would be terrifying. Ooh. Honestly, that's a cool idea. Just having. So we're going to finish up the fine. Yeah. Random wizard tower. And who knows what's spawning out there? We made a lot of changes. We're gonna save. Roger Coy, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate you. Enjoy your foods. We'll still be here for a little bit. Thank all of you for sticking around and watching, enjoying this. I don't think I stated this, but today I'm using Incarnate, online tool that has incredible suite of map making tools, all types of maps. So clearly, world maps, regional maps, city maps, battle maps. Now you can do space maps with one I've done previously. You can now make spaceships, which is incredible. We'll be doing that sometime in the future. But I'll do it. I'll make it happen. But yeah, like in terms of a one-stop shop, like Incarnate is a great way to go. Typically, I use Dungeon Draft for battle maps. But that's just me because I prefer to use that tool, and I have a lot of Patreon. I subscribe to a bunch of Patreons, like Forgotten Adventures, and Top Kartos. They make a lot of assets that I like personally. But if you want everything in one place, one subscription fee, do all the things, I highly suggest Incarnate. It's very, very helpful. We are not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor us, that'd be dope. Incarnate? If anybody knows the folks from Incarnate, you want to send them my way, that'd be dope. I'd appreciate it. So let's see. Now we can start really breaking out some of this world. So we need some lands out here, some of the lands out here, some of the lands out here. And we'll probably come up with something for down here while we're out here. I'm thinking that we can, like, the whole center. I'm really feeling like the wilds, like the center is actually here. I'm gonna put some on Orc City. Yeah, let's do more capital. It's bright red. And it's not that they're, mean or anything. They just live there. It's a jungle. They enjoy it. They enjoy the hunt. And they're actually really cool people. There's some nice stuff to do in their sound. There's actually like some specific trade routes to hit there. But also, let's get like further out. Yeah, let's put another one over here, just on the water. So what we're gonna do, sort of let those sit. Yeah, I'm gonna throw all those in the city. Then this jungle that we got, I'm gonna throw this all around that area. It's gonna be a big, dense jungle. That sort of is part of the reason why people didn't really travel out, but so far, I'll say humans. But honestly, I think this city here is probably like has a good mix of all of the races. Um, and add to Western nation cities. Where's the other capital? Yeah, that one. Uh, so I also know that up here, if I had to choose where to be from on this map right now, oh, okay, right now, either from this Fey area out here, because I think this would be really close to the Feywild. Like it'd be like the Feywild folds on there pretty nicely. Or the city up here. That's sort of they bask in celebration of the, I would say, of the lake, but it sort of mirrors like the lunar deity. So like I think those would be the coolest two cities to live with. Also, this city that's underneath the mountains would be kind of dope. That would be really dope. Uh, just I think that's like where you get a lot of your like industrial, some cool heavy industrial down there. I think there should be some up here as well. So I'll have to throw something in there that gets some people deep into the ground. One of the things I was thinking is like up here would be like sort of a fort. So like I can use like a fortified city. Yeah. So they're sort of the better forts. Yeah, you got to go someplace where there are really nice trees. Like if you're not going someplace where there are nice trees, what's the point? I think I'm gonna stick with this fortified city. Yeah, I am gonna move it back though, and this place is going to be weird. I think one city become part of the other cities. Not what I was looking for. Yeah, so these gray mountains is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to ring this city. With some like heavy mountains. make this one of those like rugged, like industrial, like less industrial, more like they have to mine. Like that's the only thing they would do is mine. Sort of, and to sort of keep with it, yes, but one of these dwarven mines there. They look like dwarven strongholds, but you sort of integrate them with the mountain. And let's see, can we change the blend mode on some of these? So yeah, darken some of the like that. Overlay. Oh. Only some of these actually look good depending on what you're using. Sometimes normal is better. Yep, we're gonna stick with normal for today. These are the things to be utilizing that. Yes, that looks pretty cool. All our cities, what we're gonna do, let's look at two. Save the foliage for later. But yeah, I made the city like visibly bigger to sort of show the scale of it. I could probably bring it down to like 70. Yeah, sort of isolation and the scale of like how big this city is. Yeah, where else would we want a city? Where would these people go? They would try to go up the water. They won't be able to because of. But let's fill up these jungle trees. Placement at multiple. Let's switch it to 25. Oh, too many. Even sort of a clear delineation on where people can go. They can sort of go around and in. Or not. No, 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 no. Okay. So yes, let's work your settlement. I think here, like the one thing we're looking for. Hey, what's up, Dylan? We have Dylan. Thanks for coming back. We have sort of finished the which would on the map might be looking like the eastern, but I'm calling it the western continent for the most part. We're now working on the other one. We've since dropped a couple of new places. Fun little fortress up in the mountains in the north there. Our lake dwelling celebrating peoples over here. A fun little mage tower. They may or may not be spawning sea serpents. I don't know. Blame the chat. Yeah, and then you have our orcish settlements, or more native settlements out here. I'm blaming chat for all this. Because I can do that. Haha. So there may or may not be sea serpents out here on this side of, the continent. It's not my fault. It just sounded cool. Y'all made it sound cool. So yeah, it happened now. But yeah, let's change this grassland. Something. Swamp is good, but let's see original. Let's see if we can find something. Oh yeah. So this is sort of the fun part about having Incarnate. When it comes to like battle maps and stuff like that, they have some of these really cool overlay assets that you can sort of just throw in. So I'm going to do it here because I love using it on the brown earth. It's like this cracked ground, and you just sort of paint it in, and it just sort of breaks up the ground. Really, let me bring this advanced settings. I'm gonna bring the sides of this down, so let's bring it down to like 50. Let's bring it down to 25. Yeah. So you can sort of see the effects. Instead of this being so big. But just this bit of overlay here, and it turns what would look semi-flat into something broken. And even at 25, it's kind of big. Let's bring it down to 15. Yeah, there we go. You can sort of see some of the really cool details that you can throw into these maps just from some simple colorations. So now that looks actually broken and beaten up. So you got some really cool textures that go out there. So something like this forest floor. Nope. That's not really what we're looking for. Some of these look really good, up high. Then when you look at them down low, it kind of falls. But interesting. Doesn't quite work with the green we got there, but then there's tons of stuff. There's just tons of things going on that we don't need to use. It's just an option. Yeah, definitely more map friendly. Let's try. We'll stick with swamp for now, and then we'll find a different color later. saturation, color there. There we go. When in doubt, just mess with some colors, see what comes out. You don't have to be perfect. Half this stuff's going to be in the finer details anyway, that your players may not even see. And honestly, half the time you'll forget they're there, unless you've made it yourself, and then you'll know exactly it's where it is all the time, and you'll be like, oh no, I should have fixed that. No pressure. Yeah, there we go. You do want to try to differentiate your colors going in stuff so everything doesn't look the same color. Like, I do want to here there needs to be some brighter greens that are coming in. Yeah. Too bright. Yeah, let's take this and then let's try down a little bit. Right there. Wherever your paintbrush takes you. To yeah, so that down sort of differentiate between some of your places. No, like that swamp color. There. Places over here, this rich green is perfect. Super verdant. You can use the different pieces of land as your guide for what looks like what. So if you want to make this don't want that color yet. But let's say, yeah, let's make it gray. Like some sort of gray stone over here. Nah, I know that. We'll figure that out later. Let's see. We do need to put some more things in. Maybe some more hills. And I think we're gonna mess with this corner. Yeah. It's getting in pieces. So we're gonna put some more hills in this place. And I think a city right on the river sounds good. So let's subtract a little bit from right here. And put a nice little city. Single. City there. I think we can. Oh, what are our dwarven cities? Yeah. Sort of put them in the mountains, but they don't have to be. Yeah, those are. Nothing says interesting. A point of interest like a random tunnel or cave. I think we could. This. If I went from here, I'd stop here and sail up. That's how you find your way in the water, or you sail. So that means there's one city over here, but it's very far away and hard to get to. As always, if I look over here, I'm looking at you guys. Works here. Y'all are here. But thank you, adventurers, for hanging with me. Hope you guys are enjoying this map making session. Oops. my stuff is. I think this place. I think this can have some interesting world building. Typically, you'd find this like orange, heavy windswept land, like right next to because they're not getting like enough rainfall or something. So let's give it a shot. So yeah, let's do this like some arid lands. Right over here. Combine that with some of our texture we had before. That's a little bit too rocky. But very close to what I'm looking for. Yeah. It's dry. Bit bright, but we'll get there. Something like, yeah, let's put it like right here, like right on the edge of this problem. Whatever is wrong with the desert versus this beach. Yeah, that's interesting. As always, we don't want to leave anybody stranded, so we'll give. We always like to give some of these trees. So we're going to go with large pine trees in this upper area. As always, shout outs to Incarnate for having this, the ability to just do all this really quickly. some of these trees. So, yeah, it looks good. Bury that. So, that looks all right. Zoom all the way out, see what we're looking at. Not bad. How about we get some, I think we need a city right about here. Sort of like midway along the journey. Same way this one's midway down. We want one that's midway up. I don't think there's one here. So let's... A small town. A butte. You know what? We got those. Well, mesas. Yeah. Oh, really big mesa. Yeah, so I just need to turn it green. Sick. I love it. So I'm actually gonna do it in with my cliffs terrain. Turn this back to don't put them on a yeah, we'll do this one. Nope. Let's see. One, two, eight, nine. Huge. 80. At 80. See, do I have? Trying to get the right curvatures back around. There you go. Actually, those four. Create groups. You. Is there two? Oh, two T's. Going to. And that is on the layers. Time 2. You bring it. I'm gonna bring it down to 1. Because I'm gonna put our city on top of it. And that's on 2. And then our yeah, we'll use these trees. Brilliant. Yeah, go. Nothing stranger than cutting through some grasslands and then seeing a massive butte and then knowing there's a city on top of it. But of course, to get through there, it's gotta be a little hilly. Oh, right. I think. See, I feel like it's not elevators, but like there's a way to walk up such that you're actually walking up. But if you don't know what to do, like if you walk counterclockwise, you can't go up. But if you walk clockwise, you can. Like it'd be one of those like something about the magic there is weird, just that getting up is tricky, and you can only get there from like one direction or something. Hills. I'm gonna put on the 1 layer. West and south. For these color. Oh, that's brilliant. Yes. You gotta find the river, gotta solve the riddle to find your way up to this city. And what's even better is that when you get up there, just regular people, they don't know how it works. They're just there. Cool. Let's see. Exactly, Dylan. Just folks are like, I don't know how I got here. I can't leave. I tried to go down, but I can't. Please help me. I'm gonna up the density just to like 15. So it's just do boop boop. Boop. All right. Oops. So I grab all these trees here. Sometimes I forget to create my groups. That's ETH lanes. these trees in particular, I do want them a bit lighter, so we're gonna green. Like obnoxiously green. Now we'll put them on spark planes. Notice there's just cave that's just around that people know about. It's like you get to the edge and you're in the massive cliff face. There is a tunnel that you can go in. And who knows, maybe there's something sleeping underneath the lake. I'm not gonna say there's not. I think I can sprinkle some trees around here. And yeah, this place needs some color. So we're gonna give it this. Is this some green color? Right, we're gonna sprout. Sort of let the terrain sort of dictate where paths go. 62 changes? Yeah, we'll save. I think I'm just gonna put instead of like full trees, but like bushes, and then maybe like a house or two on the outsides of that area. Because not everything needs to be a tree. Though trees are fun. Like these leafy bushes and stuff. That should be. Wait. Yeah, cool. Looks weird. Is it? Is it the density? No, it just looks like amoeba. Yeah. Who says all dunes have to be in sand? If I want to have cool sand dunes and like oddly shaped grass, we're gonna have oddly shaped grasslands. Exactly. See how that looks. It's interesting. There you go. Now you can talk about why the lens folded over there. And just so you're aware, I used the terrain, the clip mask terrain with dunes, and then I just set it to overlay, just so it picks up the texture below it plus the actual clip mask. Now, if I wanted to use the actual clipping mask portion of it, I'd paint the background layer and then have it sort of peek through. But I don't need it like that. I sort of like it this way. It makes it look sort of otherworldly, but still there. We need something down here. What do you guys think? What do you guys think should be at the southern tip of this? Coney Island is an interesting idea. Like if they had a carnival just like at the tip. A swamp with a dungeon inside? I could do that. Okay. And inside the dungeon is Coney Island. Yes, bet. Uh, so how about this? We're gonna take this is our swamp color. We want something. We're gonna go to the regional. Let's see if we can find something like. Yeah. All right. This is what we're gonna sort of make it a little funky. Nope, too big. That doesn't quite hold now, does it? Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna use a different swamp. I'm gonna use a regular swamp texture and then fill in some cool stuff with that. We'll start with this land 12. Okay. From here. As we know, go small to do your outlines and then go bigger to fill in your areas. Then back small to make sure you got everything. Okay. Oh. You know what? That's the name of that town. Dylan, I'm about to put in all of these swamp trees. All over the place. Dylan, you suggested that this is going to be a swamp with a dungeon inside. Before I drop all these swamp trees, is this dungeon a cave, ruins, or a tower? That will determine how this sits. That. Uh-huh. So I'm going to say that we're going to put these ruins right on the coastline. And then go back to the fantasy world, go back to my trees. This is not even, it's so hard to find this place. 80? Yeah, let's do 80. Color, up the brightness a little bit. Color. A little bit too dense. So yeah, let's stick with 20 for right now. Now it's not enough. So Dylan, I got this swamp with ruins in it. And clearly you're with that, because I know we're gonna have to put in a bunch more of these trees. While I put some of these trees in, Dylan, you have said that this is a swamp with ruins. What's the name of the swamp? Well, that's the fun part. We don't need to name the ruins. We can come up with those names later. But the swamp, this area, what's it called? Haha, see, that's the hard part. Names are always hard. Do is sort of dot this with some Swamp of Lost Dreams. I dig it. Like it. So we're actually going to take that idea, extrapolate on it, and then do some cool shit. I think, yeah, perfect. So what we're going to do is take that idea, out. I'm gonna put some of this fog. Go back to world. Some of this. It's very close. I'll just change. I'm gonna do. I'll drop that one, that one, that one, that one. This one. Do is take all of these clouds. I'm going to group them just because it's easier. I'm going to do it once. Clouds. We're going to turn the opacity down to like 60%. So now we've created the illusion of that well, the swamp gas of walking in this area just being nasty, and you could go there, but maybe you'll get out. Who knows? We're gonna start putting in some text. So this is the fun part. When you put your text in, you can sort of curve it if you want to. I do like to just like make a small curve if I can. So let's see. Honestly, that looks pretty dope. I like it. Going to make that a bit bigger. So, I think we're going to save this for right now. And I think we're in a pretty good spot that we can sort of take some of our guides away and see how we look. And then maybe start putting some names to stuff. So, adventurers, I appreciate you for sticking around. Stay hydrated, please. It's important. So let's go back up to our guides. We're gonna let's turn those all the way off right now. There should be a city right here that's terrified they're gonna get consumed by the swamp. Yes. That's the last city. They are so they know the swamp is there. They can do nothing about it. Shift from those swamp trees to like thicker jungle trees. Nah, we'll stick to swamp trees. It was a nice swamp until something happened. Grass. There it is. Maybe I'll come up with something from over here. So we have a couple ideas that you guys came up with that are super dope. So we do have a city on a butte. So Ambe, you came up with those with that idea. What would you like to call that city? The lost city up high. What would you like to call it? Oh yes, you thought you were immune because you're behind the chair. No, that's not how. Yeah, it's a whole city. People live here. This is a fully inhabited city. People live, work, thrive there. A lot don't leave. Alright. The rest of you guys. So, do any other I'll zoom back out. Does anybody have any cool names for cities out there you can think of? If so, give me a couple. Like, throw them in chat. Let's see if maybe we can use a couple. If not, I'll have to think of it, and that's worse. Ah, Spank, you think naming's not your forte. There is when you don't need it to be your forte for you to come up with a cool name. I use sand dunes to make hills here, so I called it Dune Hill. Boom. That's the name. It doesn't have to be cool, mysterious. It could have lots of vowels or consonants. You know, we can figure out why it's there. There's so many different biomes here that you can, you know, judge it by the lakes or the deserts, the forests, the mountains, some of the features around it. So maybe it's more hilly, and if you've ever heard of like some of these crazy places like in Europe, like Pendle Hill, it's just hill. Pendle Hill. So whatever you come up with, it'll be an interesting name. So come on, guys, if you've got some cool names or interesting names for places, feel free to drop them in the chat. We'll see if we can throw them somewhere. And while you do that, I'm going to do a couple of... Ooh. There we go. I'm going to throw some... I do have a couple things I want to just do real fast. Singles, thank you. I'm going to try to do overlay here. Need this to be like 100. See if this works. Nope. Yes. Honestly, yes, looking up names in other languages does help. You'll come up with something interesting. That was another trick that I have used. I'm gonna have these massive ice shelves out here. I just thought it'd be pretty cool. And if you think this is silly that I'm asking you to come up with cool names on the fly, the reason I'm asking you to come up with cool names on the fly is because your players will do the same. They're like, hey, what's the name of this place? And you're like, I don't know, I didn't think of that. And I'm giving you practice now, so you don't have to worry about it when it happens later. So I don't need that one, I need that one. You can out. Oops, last one. There you go. Put that on like 3. All right. Ooh, okay. Another word for unnamed city. I would say, come up with a word like a word for none, and then city or town. So yeah, come up with a word for none, like what you want, however you want to do it, whether it be a synonym or another language for none, and then either as yes, perfect. So let's go throw in some names. Del Colina is the name of this beautiful town. Boom, we got it. Okay. Now, I think, let's see, Direlight is a great name for something either really high up or actually I think Never North is a great name up here. So Dylan, we're gonna grab this place and call it Never North. Let's see. I'm 100% using the names you guys came up with because they're great names. I am going to name this one though, because this one is one of my favorites. Neverlina. Is for the water and the moon. Ashmore, the town in that volcanic island. That is a great name for this whole island. Yeah, the Ashmore. This one will be the only one. March down. Oh, there was a small thing I forgot about these. Keep coming up with cool names. I just forgot to do the smoke. Yes. Then we're going to add color. I would name the forest Oakland, but I've already named I already have a city and another forest named Oakland in another game that I was running. So yeah, I can't do it again. I can't do it again. But it was a good call. It's a good thought. Let's give it a little more. Yes, so this whole island is just called the Ashmore. Named for the... Every place has an Oakland. Let's see, we got Never North, Dune Hill, Del Colina, Merluna, the Swamp of Lost Dreams, Ashmore. I'm gonna grab... I like Direlight. I think we're going to name this city... Well, actually, it's more the city in the mountains. But it's going to just be over here. That's going to be the name of that town, it's Direlight. Yo! It is Obsidian Brews own Samurai Walker X. What's up, Matt? You know what? The homie Matt is here. Matt, I need you to come up with a name for a city, please. Let's see if we can... Over here? That's a silly name for like someplace super far away. Yeah. All right. But it should be hot. It should be one of these places that are like, why are we here? So, yeah, let's do it over here. Over here. Yep, 100%. There. Over here. Uh, over here. So that over here. And we have a place. Oh, there. So over here and over there exist. See? Over here and then over there. So there you go. So yeah, exactly, Sphinx. Like where are we gonna go? Oh, over here. Oh, where? Over here. The yonder. That's so. I think I saw one name previously. Valewood. I am going to name up here. That's going to be the name for the city up here. So, need a couple more city names. So yeah, like what would be a name of? Honestly, that's sort of how a lot of towns, like we're gonna go over there, and they either get named for where they're going, who found it first, or what's there. So over here got founded because it was over there. Yes, so we started like we do have one that is Dune Hill. That's just sand dunes, like hills that look sand dunes. Let's see. We'll call, if that's the case, we'll call this Tower Vale. Or Tor Vale. For the big tower and the cliffs that cover it. Shoreshire? Small town over here. All right. Anybody have a good name for this? I'm gonna say it's some sort of elven city. They're in the bouquet of random colored trees. So yeah, if any of you have like a name for that, like a nice cool name for something that's definitely was made up. Like somebody thought of a interesting name and was like, that's a cool name. Belendor. That's a cool one. What? Spell that right? Oh, there. Valentor. Yes. Valene. Yep, somebody made that shit up. Somebody definitely like, this is a great name. Let's see. Alright, we need... I need a name for... Thank you, Sphinx. Not... I want to use Vulture, can't use Hill. Because this is at the shore. So, Sphinx, Vulture something for this place up here. Because it's in a barren wasteland. I like the Vulture theme. But what would we call... No, Gorge would be within, like, valley or something. Brilliant. Vulture's Retreat. Did I spell it right? Haha, I did. That actually is really cool. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to move... Nope. I am going to move Vulture's Retreat further south. Move this further into the bay. Perfect. Honestly, Vulrus, like, we're gonna swap it. Yeah. If you're writing something and you make a spelling mistake, stick with it because you probably came up with a super sick name. There you go. Vulrus Retreat. Which is weird because it's on like what I want to do is yeah, some of these guys. 60 placement. You know, we'll add to group. Perfect. I would like a name for this sort of heartland city or heartland town. It's more of a village. So it is at the top of a mountain range, bottom of the valley, right on the edge of a large lake. It is. It's very centrally located. It's not as nice as Valewood. It's much more populated than Direlight. Well, than the outer city of Direlight. The undercity of Direlight is incredibly populous. And pretty close as the name of the this town. It's I don't have a name for it. This is really a central town. Like, it pretty much people are going from Prima Costa to Valewood for wood, but then they just decided to stop. Oh, okay. That's a very cool way of doing it. So, Sphinx, let's name your last character. Yes, Sphinx, we're naming this after your last character. Please, see, there you go. Come on now. I'm gonna save real fast. I don't want to lose all these names. And the fun thing, you don't have to name every single city, but I do like to name, either cities or areas just to make it kind of fun. And all of you guys can say that you have names for cities on this list. Dylan, buddy, what was your last character's name? And while you think of that, Ambe, I need a name for a small town, this small town here at the end of the island. One of these two. One of those two, like, one's a port town, one's a regular town. Or it's more inland, shall we say. Dylan, pick your favorite name, and they will be immortalized on this map. So you will be naming this city here. You know what? Then this will be the name of the first city on this coast. Did I spell it right? There you are. I think I'm going to. Oops. Oh, interesting. Oops. Cool. This city. There are a bunch of trees that. Oh, oops. These two west-south swamps. Trying to reduce the amount of crazy stuff I have on here. Ortsend. Actually, that's a great name. It's a play on portent, but honestly, this was the last port of call going down the continent. So that just said it's the port's end. And also, the Swamp of Lost Dreams is going to claim it if somebody doesn't do something. So, boom, port's end's a thing. We only have a couple more. We have a couple names left. Oh, this one. Is going to be Obsidian Colony. Can't just have a whole town and not have something named after Obsidian Brews. What I need to do is take these green mountains, sort of just make them a little darker. Yeah. Kraken Wharf. That's a wonderful name. We're gonna put that there. I'm going to name it Kraken Wharf. Cardigan. You can't just name something Kraken Wharf. People will be terrified to come here, so you misname it slightly. Okay, let's see. All right, we have 2 towns here in the orc town there. Honestly, there is a Kraken Wharf in Kraken Wharf, so yes, it's 100% a tourist. So let's see. Okay, so we have the other side of Direlight. So this would be the, because I remember we put in the cave that goes into the under, like Direlight. The city is pretty much empty. Only a couple people. Direlight proper is underneath the mountains, and it empties out into this city. Also pretty much empty, but it's, another city there, or big town. So we need a name for that. We need a name for this small city over here. But I think this one, you guys would come up with a really cool name for the other end of Direlight. You know what? That's 100% what's gonna happen in Krakenvar. There was definitely a Kraken. It was 100% here. We're not lying to you. Let's see. Oops. There we go. You guys can't be out of names yet. We're still mid game. We're still mid game. If Sphinx has asked a good question, for all of you not being able to look at the chat, Sphinx has asked, question, what do you think would happen if you ate Kraken meat? If you ate Kraken meat, would have a Kraken good time? No, it's actually probably delicious. Very filling? Like, oddly filling. Yes, you would definitely need to make con save depending on what part you ate if you didn't like carve it, right? Dylan, you have for another description of this town. Now, it's a town similar to Direlight, but it's at the other end of it. So Direlight, this what people know as Direlight, the general populace know of the very small, very sparse town, but there's actually underneath the mountains is a vast city, like an underground city. But it does let out. It actually does go from north to south throughout the entire mountain, and then lets out into another town. And that's the town down here. So it's probably another sparsely light retreat. I dig it. Yeah. The other way. Okay. So we got 2 more cities to name. Well, 1 small town, 1 jungle city. Uh oh, actually, in this town down here as well. You know what? Pebblesburg is an adorable name. That's what this place is called. All right. All right. So there are definitely going to be a couple small things. So we got 2 more cities. Uh What's another name for a jungle? If anybody knows. Something akin to a rainforest. Going to wrap this around, actually. I'm just gonna go straight up the side. Change the color a little bit. Add a little land right here. Change the color a little bit, yeah, so that color. Going to put a world tree. I like world trees as well. Ooh, chaparral morass. Okay. Okay, something went wrong. That's okay. Oh. Yeah. So yeah, I like the Traveler's Compass, so we're gonna call these the Compass Peaks. And these are gonna be called the Obsidian Shards. Um, uh, can somebody? I literally saw this on. I forget if it was Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. I think it was maybe Insta or Twitter. The difference, like, what exactly a fen is. Like, it's a type of swamp. I just don't remember what the difference is. Like, so I think this will be called Moras Fen. Yeah, we'll go with Moras Fen and call it a day. So it's. Oh yeah, I was gonna go with the A. Oh, that's what I'm like. Yeah, we did. Just a big tree. No name, just is. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. It's a walkable fen. I want it to be a world tree, but I don't want it to be so worldly that it's a world tree, you know? Like, uh, maybe I can turn down the bits on it. It just looks so world tree-esque. I think we got. May have to like make some of the names bigger just for visual clarity. Yeah, I'll make some of these names bigger for visual clarity a little later. The old growth. Yes, that will be the name of that tree. I think the rest of this is just me making a little border. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. I think I'm gonna throw a compass in there. Sometimes I like putting borders, sometimes I don't, so I don't think we need one. Yeah, because we don't have to subscribe to any normal conventions. This will be north. Uh, 100, fine. And this will be east. No, west. It's west now, because I said so. Oh yeah. We gotta rotate this like 45 degrees. So that's west. Sure. 60? Yeah. Yes, this planet is on a weird angle. We're going to reduce the size of this to this 200. So yeah. They'll figure it out. We'll be all right. Let's do a couple last minute. I'm just going to. Yeah, I'm gonna just turn this thing. I like it like that. We're gonna call this back at like 20. This vision. Regan and Bergen for the icebergs that come off of these. And I think the only thing, oh, this little town here. We're gonna call that little town. I'm gonna grab one of the names from up top. Right, so wait. Right. No, we use Veil a lot. We got a lot of these out here. Emerald. For the emerald grass around it. And with that, y'all, let's be normal. I think we have done it. Yeah, I will go back and name the continents, and stuff. Let me save my progress. But there we go. We just took 2 sessions, but we just made a whole world. Just like that. 2 full continents with various biomes and things. We already have story. We have places like crazy things that go on all over these places. I will post these. I'm gonna do, last minute touch ups and stuff. Just for, make some of the names bigger. Maybe do some shading or move a city a little bit or whatever. But I think this looks pretty cool. And you guys helped name everything. You guys helped build this thing. So this is our world. This is our world that we can play in whenever I'm going. This will be in my roster of places to run games. And maybe one day we'll come back here and make some battle maps or city maps of what's here. This is how you do it. So we've gone from blank page and little sketch to a full world. And I couldn't have done it without your help. So I appreciate you. Thank you for sticking around and watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Dylan, for the original idea, dude, that was super cool. Thank you for the spark of inspiration. And I'm glad we were able to make this happen. But with that, I think I'll switch back to this and scroll out a little bit more so we can just get a cool look at the end. I think this is a good place for us to end. Thank you guys for watching. Adventurers, have fun, enjoy all of your games. I have been Mad Dr. Rob. This has been Monday Maps with me, Mad Dr. Rob. I'm Mad Dr. Rob on the everywheres. As always, you can catch Obsidian Brews wherever Obsidian Brews are located. Of course, Obsidian Brews on the everywheres. We will be at multiple cons this year, especially this summer. If we're there, check our socials. You'll find us. So come check out, follow the whole Obsidian Brews crew. We will be doing some cool things, so keep your eye on socials for stuff that Obsidian Brews is doing soon. Go check out all the homies doing cool stuff. Yet again, the Steampunks fundraiser that I was part of. Go check them out. They had a bunch of cool stuff. And all the other homies out there, Telltale Games, doing dope shit. Cool, I don't want to forget anybody. Queensport Games, all of our Super Glamours, we out here, we're doing all the stuff. We're gonna be in games, you'll see us. But with that, I think we're good to go. And I have to come up with a pretty cool name for this world. So you've given me some homework, and I appreciate that. So, adventurers, have a good night. We appreciate you. We love you. And there's nothing you can do about it. With that, have a good one, y'all.